Hi.
Hi,
Tayo.
Tayo.
How are you guys?
We're good. How are you? Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you as well.
Awesome. Well, congrats on your TV directorial debut. That's
Thank you.
fantastic. Love it.
Very
So,
excited.
yeah. So, let's just jump right in. So, you are part of the NBCU Female Forward program. So, tell us what is it about this program that attracted you? What made you want to be part of it?
Yeah, I think for me was the fact that, you're guaranteed an episode. I think there's so many wonderful programs, but I feel like this is the first program to offer a guaranteed directing assignment as part of the program, which makes it very competitive, but absolutely worth it. I shot my shot and here we are after, shadowing 2 episodes and then getting the opportunity to helm episode 18. Really awesome opportunity, and I'm really grateful for this opportunity.
That's awesome. How do you think being a part of this program, now that you're kind of on the other side of it, has empowered you both as a director and just as a woman in general?
Yeah, I think what's so empowering about being in this program was talking to the other directors that have been through this program and seeing where their careers have taken them. They've since gone on to direct, number of TV episodes and other movie projects and other TV and film projects. So, it really lends itself to the name NBC Launch. Like, it really feels like this is a launch of a new chapter in my career. And I'm really excited to see what's next.
That's exciting. So, how familiar were you with One Chicago when you got involved?
Yeah, I was aware of the shows, but I honestly wasn't like so ingrained in the universe. But of course, interviewing and then being a part of the show, shadowing and like watching all the episodes leading up to this season, I was invested. I was sucked in, definitely. So that by the time I directed my episode, I was so excited to, give my vision and my point of view to such a iconic franchise.
That's awesome. And obviously this is a big episode because obviously it's Jesse Spencer's return. Did you feel any pressure, like especially knowing how much this episode is going to mean to fans? Like, was there any kind of pressure on you? Did you feel it?
I felt a little bit for sure. I think what helped was while I was shadowing on episode 16, I heard rumblings that he was coming back. So at least I can mentally prepare for his return. And yeah, I think by the time I got the script, I knew what to expect. I think if I just read the script the day before and knew he was coming, I would have had a mini mental breakdown. But fortunately, that didn't happen. I had a bit of a warning that he was going to show up for my episode. So because of that, I mean, I'm such a fan of Matt Casey as a character and Jesse as an actor. I was able to, just be prepared. And then on top of that, he's such a wonderful actor and so talented. It was such a treat working with him. And yeah, I try not to think about the fans too much. It's really just about telling a great story. And fortunately, the script is really awesome. And I was excited to, shepherd it and helm it to the screen.
So what was it like being on the set of a major television production? Obviously, there's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, I think that's what's so helpful about this program is that you shadow 2 episodes beforehand. And I've also had the opportunity to shadow on 3 other shows before getting on this. So by the time I was directing my episode, I had shadowed 5 times. And I've also worked in production, like as a PA, as a, coordinator, like all the roles. And I've had experience working on big time productions through other production companies. So I think that multi-layered experience coupled with my own, independent projects as a director with short films and music videos and the like, I felt I could take it on, but it's still a big job. It's a big show, but fortunately the cast and crew and everyone involved was so supportive. I really felt like I was able to do the job to the best of my ability.
That's awesome. You've kind of alluded to the shadowing a little bit, but obviously participation in the program comes with the shadowing and the various workshops. Do you feel that adequately prepared you for directing this episode?
Oh, 1,000%. I think shadowing, I have to be honest, like I thought, I already shadowed before. Like, why do I need to shadow again? But I think shadowing not just 1, but 2 episodes makes you more familiar with the show and how it works, but also for the cast and crew to get to know you as well and feel like they can trust you and know you. And I think that helped tremendously. especially because it's such a large crew, a large professional crew. It's, tough to get the trust for a first-time director. So I think the fact that I was shadowing, asking Reza, the producing director, questions, talking to the crew members, and really understanding the DNA of the show really was monumental to, I hope, this episode's success.
Yeah. And so what are some of the bigger differences when you're prepping for TV versus when you're prepping for a film?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is about the writer's intentions. I really want to honor, the writer's perspective and intentions with the script. And so there's a lot of meetings with the writers, just making sure that I'm on the same page as to the intent of each scene, what they want to see visually, thematically, etc. And then being able to translate that to the departments. I think for a film, I would spend a lot more time establishing, a lookbook and kind of the visual rules of the film. But because this is a long running show, the visual rules are pretty well established at this point. So it's more about being particular about the specifics for each scene and what I need to execute each scene that I envision from a logistical and technical point of view for each department.
Yeah. Chicago Fire is obviously known for its big action sequences. And obviously you didn't have a fire in your episode, but you did have some pretty big action sequences. So what was it like directing those specifically?
Man, those were the most fun. I was the most excited for the stuff. I had never used a techno crane before. And as I'm sure you know, it's a huge camera piece of equipment. And I was so excited. I was like, oh my gosh, we're going to shoot all this stuff. But, with time, you can have all the equipment in the world, but you can't stop the sun from moving. So you just got to keep moving. But I think what was really helpful as well was having a storyboard artist and just really breaking down visually the scenes and being able to share my storyboards to the department so they knew what we were going for, and then having those boards next to me on set and literally crossing off when I felt like we had that shot or that angle.
Interesting. Very interesting. So you're currently directing your first feature. And in addition to that, you've done commercials, you've done short films, even music videos. So do you have a favorite medium that you want to kind of stay in for your career, or you kind of dancing around? And where does TV stand now that you've got experience in it?
Yeah, it's so funny. I honestly didn't really know about TV directing until I went to film school and then, was able to shadow all these amazing directors. I think, for me, I am, still young and still my career is evolving. So I think for me, I'm definitely, open to all the mediums, but I think TV is definitely going to take a higher priority than it did before, because I feel like there's so much exciting storytelling in TV right now. And I think that only empowers me as a filmmaker and as an artist I have some feature projects that, yes, I'm developing and hoping to put together this year. It's just a long road for independent filmmaking right now. So I think there's some exciting story developments and creative work in TV that I definitely want to explore more.
That's awesome. And I guess I know we're about to run out of time, but one last question to kind of finish it off. You were awarded a blind script deal with NBC, and it's part of, NBC and Target Scene and Color film series. So I guess what's next for you? What's your next project going on?
Yeah, so that is going to start hopefully soon. With, of course, it's kind of a little, tenuous with the writer's strike impending right now. But yeah, that's definitely on my radar. It's working on that. And then I'm developing a feature that we're aiming to shoot this summer. And then rewriting a feature that has been on my heart for a couple years now. So it's going to be a lot of writing. And just hoping to get that next episode.
Love it. Love it. Well, that's about all we've got. Thank you so much for coming on. It was so nice to meet you.
Yeah,
this was great. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you so much.